Hey everyone, it's Jen from Midnightsky Fibers, author of Short Row Hats, which you can now find in a French translation. So today I'm going to show you how to use a free Kindle reading app for your computer to download and use knitting patterns. So the Kindle Store, if you go to Shop All Departments on Amazon, oops, I want the drop down there, under Kindle there's a section called Free Reading Apps so you can download for the type of computer or other device that you use. In this case I use the Windows PC version since I'm on a Dell. So once you've downloaded that, we are going to download a pattern and try it out. So I'm going to download one of my hat patterns, which is currently doing a free promotion, so I'm just going to download it to my Kindle here quickly, and then I'm also going to download it to my computer, which is PC4, just buy with one click. And when I go to my Kindle program, it's going to load. And once it loads, we're going to sync the Kindle by the most recent. So we're just going to go to sync and check for new items. So once we have the pattern downloaded to our library, we're going to open it up. And the really nice thing about using the computer app for knitting patterns is that it tends to be in color for many of the patterns that are uploaded through the Amazon program, which is of course something that you don't get on the black and white Kindles. So this is the Bokeh hat knitting pattern, which is a new pattern that I have out. So the really nice thing about knitting patterns on the computer is that you can quickly and easily highlight or add a note. So I usually highlight to mark something if I want to remember something, and then I'll add a note. So I'm going to say add a note, this is the size I am making. So for knitting patterns, it's pretty easy to mark where you are in your knitting pattern either by using the highlight function, which in this case if you right click you can create a highlight, or add a note. So for knitting patterns, when I'm only doing a section once, like I'm only going to cast on once, I'll highlight the entire section. If it's something like, say, I were repeating rounds 1 and 2 here over and over and over, I might add myself a note, repeat 1, repeat 2, repeat 3, repeat 4, just so I can remember it if I need to. For when I'm working on something more complex, I'll resort to using sticky notes on my screen, and then just marking where I am at the end with a note. And say I repeated this 6 times, I'd write myself a note, repeated 6 times, finished round 3, and then like whatever other information I needed to know. And then it'll show up later for when I come back to the knitting pattern if I have to close it and go do something else, so I know exactly where I am in the knitting pattern. Just like if I were to be doing it somewhere else. If I'm also adding a note, I might just add myself 1, and then say if I go back and I have to repeat row 1 again, I'll just edit note and add another 1 as a hash mark, or I might actually change it and count up depending on how easy it is to do.